Okay guys, I want to talk to you a little bit tonight about recording your trades, recording the outcomes of your trades, so profit and loss sheet, record keeping, whatever you want to call it. If you're not doing this now, and I never at first, I can promise you that you're missing out on a massive opportunity. So I appreciate it's laborious sometimes, and yeah, if you've had a really bad day trading, for example, then the last thing you really want to do is sit down and input every result into a spreadsheet and remind yourself of every single mistake that you've made and how much you've lost on that day, and etc, etc. But I can't emphasize enough to you just how important this is. It doesn't matter, win, lose, draw, you need to record your results, and a simple spreadsheet is all you need. You could come over and get something like this. So this is a free spreadsheet, and it's from some guys called Trading the Market. They've got YouTube channel and a website which I'll show you in a second. And yeah, if you haven't heard of them, they do loads of pretty good stuff. They've got some flashy videos on YouTube. Their website's pretty good. It looks to have quite a bit of sort of free resource on there, not just this, but some of the tools depending on what sort of sport you trade. And yeah, it's a really good starting point. So if you are new, you haven't got a spreadsheet, you're not recording your trades at the minute, pop over and grab this. It's really, really useful. It's quite simple, but it's got every single thing you need on there. Date, whatever sport you trade in, what the market was, whether you back laid, what you got in at, what you got out at, and your stake. And more importantly, or really important, is what was the amount returned, won or lost. Okay, you can adjust your risk and etc on here depending on your starting bank. And what's really good is as your profits increase, then your risk will increase and it will compound as a result. So your profits will get greater and greater and greater, obviously the more you sort of carry this strategy through. So it's got all your months of the year on there, and that sort of pulls all that data to a high level overview at the front here, and just gives you a nice little picture of where you are. So that's the one from Trading the Market. Their website's just here, so I'll leave a link in the description. If you haven't heard of them before, come over. I think it is. It's everything's free with these guys, so it's be free to register. Once you're registered, they've got various things you can sort of download there. They've got other sort of tools depending on different sports, etc. They've even got some courses here, with some on the way. So as you can see, they're pretty much catering for everybody here. And yeah, check out their YouTube channel, I guess, if you haven't already, and I'm sure you'll get some value out of that. So that's a free resource. I'm gonna flip over and show you the spreadsheet that I use now. Now there is a cost to this, but you'll probably see the reason why that is when I bring that up. So yeah, I'll just pop over and open that up. Okay, so that was quick. This is a sheet that I use. As you can see, there's quite a lot more going on here. Now you can, if you use BetDAC, you can import your results from BetDAC as well, from Betfair obviously, which if I just show you, hopefully it works. I did download it, I think, from before I started looking at doing this video. Yeah, that's it. So this is everything from last Friday since I've started trading this series. So yeah, it's as you can see, gives you some high level outlook here. By week down here it tells you, and then this is where you start really getting the value. So it gives you individual breakdowns per course, per day, and and that's just on the front sheet. So you can go into even more detail here, guys. So if you're clicking on horse racing, which is all I generally trade, I sometimes do some on the greyhounds, but I won't be doing that this month. So as you can see here, you then really start getting some options opened up to you, and you can really start drilling down into your trading. You can clearly see, you know, handicaps. Are you doing well? Are you losing? Are your losses too high against your wins, etc.? And yeah, you can really start sort of drilling down into that. You can even go into, you know, drill down into the distances of the markets. If you come across here, you can break it down by course. And again, that goes into the race types. And yeah, you can just, for me, I'm quite lazy, so I don't like manually inputting everything. But two, this for me just is phenomenal. It's just a one-stop shop where I can just come, import it, generally, you know, at the end of every day, or I'd certainly recommend that for a beginner. But yeah, at least once a week, you need to come in, import your results in here, and then, you know, be reviewing the videos that you've recorded as well, minimum once a week, but preferably every day if you've got time. So yeah, this is a sheet you can see here, you know, profit loss. So overall, I'm £6.56 up on the handicaps in the flat. My total profit's £9.75. I've lost £3.19. That's just showing, you know, profits based, you know, profits versus losses, the percentage up there. This is really key. So your average profit and average loss. Now, as you start getting more trades behind you, more records behind you, this really does become key, because you can see certain types of races that, you know what, for whatever reason, you just might not trade them effectively at all. And you can make a decision at that point. It's too early, you know, after 50 markets, maybe after 100, you could start looking if you're just consistently losing in certain markets, and that deficit's quite large, and yeah, by all means, cut it out. But you want a decent sort of sample size first, guys, before you rule anything out to say that you're not effective in those markets. And you know, I've only traded 31 markets in the last week, so for me that's nowhere near a big enough sample size to say that I'm not effective in any of these markets. But yeah, you can see at the bottom here, so £28.73 in profit. Overall profits were 38.5 quid. That's my losses. Average profit, average loss. So yeah, you know what, I'm doing quite well there. And yeah, strike rate at 71%, which again isn't bad. So yeah, that's a sheet I use, and you know, I can check. It's got graphs and month by month comparisons, and yeah, if you trade in multiple sports, it'll give you your totals and everything there. So yeah, I thought it was worth showing you that, guys. If you don't mind paying a little bit of money, and I don't, you know, it's not very expensive. I did have to get another copy of this one. When I decided I was going to do this video set, because I hadn't really traded for so long. And the old sheet I was using, the old version, was still working, but it was messing up with all the dates, etc. So yeah, I did have to get another version of this. But as you can see, if you haven't had it before, it's only a tenner. Now that might seem a lot to some people, you know what, I'm not paying £10, and I understand that, go for the free one then. But for me, for a tenner, you know what, this is unbelievable. I could never do something like this and put put a sheet like this together. So I'm more than happy to pay someone for this sheet, and the amount of time that it saves in the long run. And as I say, the ability to just go in and sort of drill down and deep dive your trades and cut races out that you're not effective in. And yeah, it pay for itself I'm sure probably hundreds of times over in the long run. But yeah, entirely up to you. I'll leave a link in the description for this. I'm not affiliated with this person. I don't make any money off this. I just thought it was worth including in the video. If you do, if you are interested in it, then yeah, have a look at it, and yeah, it's well worth it. I'd highly recommend it. But that's the end of this video today anyway, guys. I'll get some more videos like this out in regards to different things that you can use to sort of aid your journey early on, really. But thanks for listening. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night.